Hi there, my gorgeous soul peeps and soul fam. You're here for another reading with Tarot by Cassy, asking today, what is the blue moon bringing in for you? I had initially had another reading planned, and I am actually not reading under the energy of the blue moon. I'm doing this reading ahead of time, and it will be released on Saturday, which is the day before the blue moon actually happened. So I am cheating a little bit depending on what your belief system is and how you feel about things, but I just feel so excited for this blue moon. If in case you're not aware of what a blue moon actually is, aside from the saying once in a blue moon, it's having a full moon twice in the same month, which happens really rarely. So hence the saying once in a blue moon. And it's also in Sagittarius, which happens to be my sun sign. So I just really wanted to harness that energy, utilize it. It is a timeless reading, so at any time that you come across it, there still may be a message for you within it. And as I said, I'm technically not under the blue moon at this point in time, even though I'm choosing to make that the subject of the reading. But I just feel really called to do something a little bit special, something that honors the fact that it is going to be a blue moon. And on the night of the actual moon, I think it's specifically when it hits its complete full visibility in the sky, it's at 100%. It is at 6:34 p.m. On Sunday evening is what I read on Google. But I will definitely be doing some rituals and releasing for myself on that day. But for you guys, whoever happens to watch, and I so hope people will, I am asking, what is the blue moon bringing in for you? So let's get stuck into it. It's a pick a card reading today. You can choose one or more of the piles. You can choose by the timestamps, which will be listed in the description along with the cards that I've used today. The timestamps will also be in the comments, and jump straight through to your reading if you do not want to continue listening to me waffle, or if you've already picked your card. And if it's not resonating for you, it is a general reading. So if it doesn't resonate, then leave it for someone who does, but also do take what resonates. And yeah, I should need to say it at the start, not the end. If you find that the video resonates, please hit the like button. It means the world to me. Subscribe if you haven't already. If you have, thank you so much. You are a legend, and I appreciate having you as part of my vibe tribe. And feel free to comment to let me know what did resonate if something does. So having said all of that, we have got 4 piles. Pile number 1, number 26, prisoner. Pile number 2, number 25, rebel. And these are moon phase cards, guys. So these are the different, moon mansion cards. So these are the different mansions of the moon. Pile number 3, palace. And it's also number 3, the card. And pile number 4, 10, the fountain. So feel free to pause the video here if you need to meditate further on which card or cards are jumping out to you. If not, I will see you in your pile. Hi there, my gorgeous pile number 1. If you chose number 26, prisoner, then you are my pile number 1. And we are asking, what is the blue moon bringing in for you? So we will start by looking at where you are at the moment, a bit of an energy check-in. So if this part of the reading doesn't resonate with you at all, then it isn't your reading. Possibly choose another pile, another reading, or even another reader. But if this does resonate and you feel that this is your current situation, then stick with me and we will then ask the cards what the blue moon is bringing in for you. So starting with prisoner here, this is very similar to the 8 of Swords card in the tarot. She appears to be stuck and she thinks that she's stuck, but when we look at this box that she's in, there is an opening here. She is able to step out of it at any time. So right now, pile number 1, there is something that you're feeling very stuck within. It could be a relationship, it could be a job, it could be any situation that has come about that you're feeling helpless and stuck and trapped. But in actual fact, it is something that, oh, I've just realized she's naked and I've got to try to cover up the naked card, so I'm eventually going to get done by YouTube for it. Ridiculous as it is, but that is the breaks. Yeah, something that you are able to move out of, but for whatever reason you are choosing to keep yourself stuck here in this situation. So I'm going to go to the book to get a little bit more information, see if it resonates. And for the time being, we'll just pop a feather over her. I realize it's also not a case of waiting until a human discovers my naked cards of the few that I have. It's AI that goes over your videos and checks to see whether or not there's any copyright infringements or nudity or anything else that breaks community guidelines. And so all it's going to take is for the algorithm to pick up on one of the cards, and I will have my whole entire channel pulled. So it's something I haven't really taken seriously till now, because I'm like, well, I've barely got any viewers, so I don't need to focus too much on YouTube kicking me off for nudity on a tarot card or an oracle card. But then with further investigation, I learned how YouTube works and realized that I very much could actually land myself not even an infringement. I could get a strike, or I could just lose my channel. So yes, that's the little side story of how I must keep my nudie cards covered from here on out. But Prisoner, Moon Mansion 26, from Aquarius to Pisces, so that could resonate. You could have Aquarius and or Pisces in your chart, could be your sign, could also be just somewhere in your chart. The key phrase, seeking escape from a situation and betrayal. The card meaning, often the compassionate nature of Neptune's influence is confused and fails to recognize the difference between fantasy and reality. Conjoined with the gentle Venus, it can denote the archetypal victim, although this can be more imagined than real. So as we were talking about with her feeling like she's a prisoner, but she actually isn't. This mansion denotes mental, emotional, or physical imprisonment, either caused by yourself or as the result of the betrayal of someone else. If you draw this card, like the woman in the image, you are not really as trapped as you imagine and can escape from the constricting situation at any time. The doorways at the base of the image indicate that new paths are open to you. Okay, so over here, they're doorways. So guys, if you are currently feeling very stuck and trapped in a particular situation, whether it feels as though you can get out of it or not, if you are feeling like there is something trapping you, then this is definitely your pile. And we will pull a couple more of the Moon Mansion cards to find out a little bit more about now what is being brought in for you. So currently you're feeling trapped, you're feeling as though you are not able to escape whatever it is that you're trapped in. It could also be that you have been betrayed. So again, if that resonates, then this is definitely the pile for you. Maybe someone has done you dirty and it's left you feeling very stuck in a situation that you don't feel as though you can escape from. We will ask the Moon Mansion cards now what energy is coming in for you with the blue moon. Hopefully it's something that's going to break this hold over you and help you to actually step out of the situation that you are feeling trapped in and move in a different direction. What Moon Mansion cards are required for pile number 1 to give them their message? What energy, what is being brought in with the blue moon? Sorry, now these are the moon phase cards rather than the Moon Mansion cards, which I said earlier. So we've got black moon, water, dormant, isolation. Very interesting. So it could be that you have actually even been left by someone, that someone has shut you out into the cold, and you are feeling at this point in time as though there is no movement in this situation or this relationship. And that could be leaving you out of anything. That could even be in a friendship group where maybe, for example, there's been a social situation and you weren't informed about it. So now you're questioning where you stand in this group. It could be a work situation where you've been shut out of an opportunity, or even just out of the work clique in general, because there's definitely cliques in every workplace. Or it could be a romantic relationship. It could be a family relationship. Or it could just be a certain situation that's keeping you feeling very trapped, and you could be keeping yourself isolated as well. That could be part of the problem, is that you've either been dropped into isolation through the betrayal of someone, or you have somehow, through your own doing, isolated yourself, and now this situation isn't moving forward and nothing is really happening with it, and it's leaving you feeling trapped. So asking the cards for some more information. I'm going to just pull them because nothing wants to jump today. Full moon, air, flower, solution. Okay, beautiful. So my pile number ones, in this isolation, in this time where you're feeling very dormant and stuck and probably very emotional because this card is in water, the blue moon is starting to bring in solutions for you. So as I've said in my previous video that came out on the Wednesday, if you have been following along with any of my readings, and thank you if you have, you would know that I did actually do a reading in the new moon in Taurus, and that one I did under the energy of that moon. But that moon was very much speaking about allowing ourselves to shed anything that we didn't identify with any longer, any bad habits, any negative ways of thinking, any relationships, or anything at all that is bringing harm to us, lowering our energy, lowering our vibration, keeping us feeling stuck. And this blue moon is a very powerful time to release all of those energies and allow the universe to take them away for you. So I feel that this is definitely a moon of bringing solutions as you're releasing things whilst in your isolation and on your own. You are allowing doors to open to bring new things in, and that's going to give you the opportunity to think up a solution to whatever this thing is that is feeling as though it's keeping you trapped. This is not somewhere that you are going to stay forever, pile number one. So right now, if you feel like you are really trapped in a situation and you are unable to free yourself from it, know that the blue moon is actually going to start bringing solutions in with it to help you out to, there we go, two more, to help you come to the solution to whatever this problem is. Okay, dormant again, black moon, earth, dormant economy, and disseminating, waning earth, fruit, responsibility. Okay, this could even be with here, earth representing very much material things, so finances, work, bills, all of the earthly things that we must manage in order to be able to basically be comfortable and get through life. Because let's face it, money isn't the solution to happiness, but it definitely helps when you can pay your bills on time. So I feel that this could even be a financial situation. Maybe you've run up a heap of credit card debt. Maybe you have got direct debits coming in and you have already blown all of the money that's in your account for this week. Maybe you, just like every other Australian at the moment, is struggling along a little bit because everything is so expensive and the cost of living crisis is really out of control. I think that it's the same thing happening in America too. I know I've got some US viewers, so if that is happening for you guys as well, shout out to you. But yeah, it could be that this situation that makes you feel trapped is actually that you are, oh, my candle just went out right as I was saying that, so that could potentially mean something if that resonates with you. But yeah, this could very much be a financial situation as well, and it's creating a lot of emotions and has caused you to isolate, particularly if you've had to cut off your social life in any way because it's just too expensive to have one, or if you are just feeling quite down at the moment, so you have pulled away from your usual groups of people that you would see from your communities. This feels as though this is going to start shifting for you with the blue moon, my beautiful pile number one, but we do have responsibility here. So in order for this to happen and the blue moon to bring this new energy in for you, you're going to have to take responsibility for whatever this situation was. And even if it was brought about by a betrayal and so it was in no way your fault and you have been landed here, it's still your responsibility at this time to be able to look at where you went wrong and to take the learnings from whatever has happened in this situation to allow you to be able to free up your feelings and your mind to move towards better things. And those better things could be making sure that you really take care of your finances at this point in time so that you don't end up further backward than what you may already be, if that's what's resonating with you. It could be about actually using your time to start looking for a new job or something that is going to bring about more abundance for you. But there's definitely solutions that are coming in for you, my beautiful pile number ones, but they are going to require you to actually act on whatever solutions come in. So this is not a pile that is just going to have things handed to them, I guess you could say. There's definitely opportunities that are going to start coming in and that are going to be there for your taking. But in some way, shape or form, you need to step up to take them. So whether it is actually taking the time to rework your resume and write a personal cover letter and apply for the jobs that are currently vacant in your skill set. It could be that you need to take on a bit of a side gig at this point in time to be able to find more money to pay the bills. If none of that's resonating, it could also be that you are needing to be responsible for your own feelings, for whatever thoughts you are having, and find ways. There will be solutions becoming open to you. There will be ideas for you to find ways to get out of this mindset of being a prisoner and to take yourself out of this dormant phase. But it might be that you still need to remain dormant for some time and focus on what it is that you can change, what it is that you can do to bring you out of whatever this situation is that's keeping you feeling trapped. So now we'll get some more messages about what the blue moon is bringing in from the Moonology cards. It also feels very much like you have the ability to do this, pile number one, that you are someone who can self-reflect and focus on themselves and what it is that they can change to bring through new energies and new outcomes. It feels that you are someone who is very responsible for themselves, and potentially that's why if you have been betrayed, you could feel so hurt, because you could be someone who prides themselves on really being very responsible and making very wise choices. And if that's the case, then I'm really sorry if this is something that is happening to you. Here we go. Work through your fears. New moon in Scorpio. Absolutely beautiful. So whatever it is that is keeping you trapped, and it could quite literally actually be fear. It could be fear of going out into the world, finding a new job, fear of starting a new relationship. This fear could be keeping you very isolated, and that is the prison that you feel stuck in, when in actual fact, if you were able to take responsibility for what it is that you're feeling and the way that your mind is working, what you're telling yourself at this point in time, that you are able to start working through your fears and moving into a better place so you don't feel so trapped by where you're at. Beautiful. Have faith in your dreams. Waxing crescent moon. Yeah, so guys, there are going to be solutions to whatever this problem is. Whatever is keeping you feeling stuck at this point in time, there will be solutions coming through. But you might need to be very wise about the steps that you take. So not leaping into anything, just moving slowly. I feel this has a very kind of slow energy to it, this pile, where things are going to take time. Wherever it is that you are stuck in this present time, it either took time or quite a blow to end up there, and it's going to take time to move out of this. So this doesn't feel like a super fast energy. This feels like a time for you to take a step back, to be dormant in your activities, but to be very, very switched on to what it is that you are thinking and feeling and what you are putting out into the universe yourself. So as they say, what is it? Where attention goes, energy flows. It's time for you to really focus on how you've been thinking, any thoughts that are keeping you trapped. And then it is time to take action. Right as I say, new moon in Aries. So yeah, then it's time to take action on these solutions. So as I'd said before, this is not a pile. While there's dormant cards here, you will spend time feeling dormant in potentially the steps that you take. This doesn't feel like you are supposed to fly out into a new action tomorrow. This feels like something that is going to come in for you gradually as you start to take stock of where your thoughts are going. Any self-limiting beliefs that you may be repeating to yourself that are keeping you stuck in this situation, focusing on working through your fears and identifying what they are in the first place, because sometimes we just feel fear. We don't even know exactly what it is that is keeping us scared and stuck. And having faith that what it is that you're dreaming of, this situation that you're dreaming of being in outside of this trapped feeling, is able to come through for you. Having faith that there are solutions to this problem. And then when you know that the time is right, taking the time to act on those solutions. So now we'll grab some cards from the Moon Temple Oracle to ask what else is coming in for pile number 1. What is the blue moon bringing in for my beautiful pile number 1s? Yeah, I really think it's the way I shuffle my cards. I do get jumping cards once in a blue moon, but for the most part, I shuffle neatly and they don't tend to fly out all that often. Head to head, 36, full moon. Look at the power of this card. My beautiful pile number 1s, I feel like the blue moon is also bringing in a reminder of who you really are and what you are really capable of and how strong of a person you actually are. You are someone who is able to take responsibility for their actions. You are someone who has dreams that are bigger than where they are currently at now. And you are someone who is able to make really wise, really grounded choices, especially with these 2 earth cards here. There's a lot of grounding energy in this pile. And I feel that going head to head, this is talking about when you are ready, this blue moon energy is helping you to release whatever it is that is keeping you stuck, and that it's going to take some time, but when you are ready, you are going to take action against your problems and you are going to go head to head with whatever this fear is. It could literally be a person or a situation that is keeping you stuck. It might, you may have fears around it, but it could be something that is actually keeping you very stuck. A person, a job, money troubles, not being able to travel, not being able to move house or something. At the moment, I'm trying to think of things that we get stuck in. But you do have the ability to come up against this head to head. Beautiful. Another full moon. 40. Beauty. Yeah, and I feel like this speaks about who you are as a person, pile number 1. There is a real beauty about you and your spirit. And you are someone who is meant to shine. You are meant to radiate goodness out into the universe. And so whatever thing it is that's keeping you stuck at the moment, the blue moon energy is going to release you from some of that. But you will be you're the one who's going to be doing the work. The energy is going to be there and supplied to you to really help you at this point in time in your journey, to help you to release fears, to help you to release self-limiting thoughts, and to help release your beauty. Look, I'm just even looking at the flames around her feet here. It's reminding me of a phoenix and rising back up in the darkness to show your light again. So my beautiful pile number 1s, definitely whatever is happening to you right now, whatever you're feeling, whatever is keeping you feeling stagnant, dormant, isolated, a prisoner, you are going to be able to work through this. And the blue moon energy is coming in to very much help you with that, to give you strength. As I mentioned in the intro, it is in Sagittarius this year, so that's all fire energy, which makes this, and also there's fire going on down here as well, very much makes this feel even more potent. The energy that is coming in for you, it's up to you to grab the bull by the horns and work with this energy. So we'll get some messages from the tarot. I'm going deep today, and I'm using the Lumina Tarot, which, just as an aside, I don't know why, but it reminds me, I think because of the darkness of the images and also the foil on the side, it reminds me very much of a moon deck. So I've decided I'll use that to get us some more messages about what the blue moon is bringing in for you, my beautiful pile number 1s. And then I think we'll close it out with a moon goddess card, which will give you the energy that the moon wants you to work within or under in order to find the solution to whatever it is that has been bothering you. But yeah, solutions will come in, pile number 1. You will definitely get some clear messages when you take the time to sit there and listen to what it is that you're thinking. It might just be that you become very aware of your thoughts and realize that they have really become worrisome, focused on worry, or have become very negative and limiting. It could be that you actually start to see opportunities that are arising for you that you weren't able to see before, or that just didn't even exist for you before. But you will definitely start to see solutions to this problem. But at some point you will have to step out of this victim mindset, which I hate to say it, but that's what was in the book, out of the victim mindset or out of feeling trapped in order to face this problem head to head. And we have from the Tarot, 8 of Pentacles. So that's working really long and hard on something, putting the groundwork into place and continuing on working on whatever it is so that you can bring about some long-lasting results. And we have the High Priestess, beautiful. Intuition, she's number 2. So following your intuition, trusting your gut, knowing that you do have the ability to bring about your dreams. So this having faith in your dreams card, tapping into your instincts in order to be able to do that. And as I said, listening to your mind, whatever chatter is going on in your head or whatever thoughts you have, the things that you tell yourself daily about yourself and about your situation, you're very much being called to focus in on that so that you can allow the solutions to start coming through for you. And when they do, to take action to bring the results about for yourself that you want to get you out of this trapped feeling. 5 of Cups, yeah, walking away from something that no longer serves you. And typically in the Rider-Waite Tarot, it's about not being able to see the 2 cups that you have remaining because you are focused on the 3 cups of things that you have lost. But the Blue Moon energy is bringing in the opportunity for you to be able to walk away from whatever it is that is keeping you trapped. And the Maiden of Wands. That's beautiful. That's also bringing a message of something new coming in. And I love that she's got this fox here, so she's obviously extremely clever. She has her wand above her, and she is beautiful, just like this card down here. So guys, you really have some light to be shone out into the universe, and the Blue Moon energy is going to bring in an opportunity for you to let go of whatever is holding you back and start moving in the direction of better things. So there is definitely better things waiting for you, and you will have the strength and the ability to leave this situation behind and to move into bigger and better things for yourself. What is coming in for you with this Blue Moon energy is exactly what this moon is all about. It's about release. It's about being able to release the things that you aren't able to be responsible for. So if someone did betray you, that's not your responsibility to bear that burden. Your responsibility is to figure out how to pick yourself back up and keep on moving again. And if it's a situation that you've put yourself in, as the reading of the guidebook did suggest that that's also a possibility, then it's time to take responsibility. But this energy that's coming in for you will help you to do that. If you haven't been able to do that up until this point, it's going to start feeling a lot easier to actually do that for yourself and to allow yourself to own whatever it is that you need to own in order to be able to leave these cups behind and move on. No matter how tied together everything is feeling at this point in time, you are able to free yourself from it and start building something for yourself that you really, really want to build. Something new, something that is going to bring about a better economy for you. And that could be in terms of feelings as well. So not simply with whatever you have invested into this situation or into your future monetarily, but what feelings you are setting yourself up to feel in the future. You will need to face whatever it is head to head and not shy away from it. So you will be pulling yourself out of this isolation that you may have self-imposed or may have been imposed upon you, to really start putting in the hard yards, listening to your instincts for starters, and putting in the hard yards for what it is that you want to achieve. But a message may be coming in from somebody else soon too. So you may find that you actually receive some help with this and you no longer feel isolated. You no longer feel as though you aren't able to reach your dreams. Now we're going to grab a goddess card, as I said, so that we'll close out the reading with the energy of the goddess that you should be leaning towards in this time in order to bring about what is said in this reading and the energy that is available to you. Pile number 1. Gaia, Earth Mother, and I've got more boobies to cover up. So she is a red goddess, and I believe that means, I don't know if that means she's a full moon goddess. I don't read from these cards as often as I used to. I'm just going to cover her up. What can I cover her up with? There we go. With a stone. There we are. Beautiful. And I'm going to read from the guidebook for this because I have not memorized the goddesses. Yeah, I think white is waxing moon. Red is full moon. and black is waxing moon. So another full moon. So guys, there's plenty of full moons here. So that's what I'm getting from this pile, is that there are lots of opportunities for you to turn whatever situation you're currently facing around and in your favor. There's a lot of things that are coming into fruition with your guidance, with your intuition, with your instincts, with your ability to feel your way through a situation and change whatever it is that is keeping you stuck at this point in time. So whether, like I've said, you have to physically go out and do something, whether it's look for a new job, get rid of an old partner, start dating again, find a different friend group, focusing on getting your bills paid, whatever situation it is that is keeping you feeling stuck, there is so much fruition here with so many full moons. So it's a real opportunity for you to manifest much better things into place for yourself, but you can't do that by simply manifesting alone. Definitely focusing your energy on what you want and what is better for you is certainly the thing to be doing right now, but your dreams need a plan. Your dreams need a plan. So whatever it is that you are dreaming of, you can absolutely have faith that those dreams are going to come true, but you need some sort of plan and a focus on what you can do, what you're able to be responsible for in order to tackle this head to head and release your beauty back into the universe. And now with Gaia, she's Red Goddess. She is ruled by Libra, which is air. Key phrase, look for the Achilles heel. Drawing the goddess Gaia reveals that you will go to extremes to protect that what is precious to you. She shows that something you have produced is unacceptable to others, and you may have to take drastic steps in order to protect that which you have created. Eventually, out of the extreme nature of your response will come some good. Gaia is the last of the red goddesses in her sustaining role seeks to see both sides of a situation before taking emphatic action. So that very much reminds me here, like whatever it is that you have built might be the thing that is trapping you right now. That could be a relationship. It could be a particular career. It could be the house that you're living in. Something that you have built has not worked out and you're feeling very trapped by it. And that's where you may have to take this drastic action. Possibly that's exactly what has happened. Some drastic action has occurred and that's where you've isolated yourself or become isolated. And now Gaia is saying that in order to remove yourself from this trapped feeling, maybe it even is that you need to look at the situation from somebody else's point of view and see where they're coming from. And that may help to release you from this feeling of being a prisoner. The nature of air in Libra is to weigh the pros and cons of each situation in order to be sure that the eventual decision made is the correct one. Okay, and if the card Gaia is selected, then October will be an important month with regard to the question. So, as I said, this feels very slow moving, this pile. Even with all the full moons of fruition, this feels like it's something that you really need to take your time to move out of. So I don't imply that this situation where, although I'm saying you feel trapped but you're not, is simple to get out of, because oftentimes, even if it is just fear that is keeping you trapped, it's still a mindset that you would have carried around for a really long time, and mindsets are very difficult to change. It takes a lot of self-work, it takes a lot of self-love, and it takes a lot of consistency to be able to change the way that you look or think about a situation. But Gaia is calling you to look at both sides. So if you're feeling that someone is trapping you in this situation through whatever action it is that they're taking to put yourself in their shoes, and that could also just be to understand the situation better, not necessarily so that you need to empathize. That's what I'm trying to say. Sorry, guys. I just had a complete brain meltdown. Empathize with what they're going through, but to understand how they have managed to get you to where you feel that you are now. So the the blue moon is bringing in a really rare chance for you to really be able to take some really forward, really strong steps towards allowing yourself to become free of where you're feeling stuck, and to give you the power and the ability to step up, take action, take responsibility, take on whatever it is that you're dealing with head to head, and bring yourself out of it. So pile number 1, I really hope that resonated. We went quite deep today. If it did, like, share, comment, subscribe, all those good things. But thank you so much for letting me read for you, and I will see you maybe in another pile or maybe in another reading. Hello there, my gorgeous pile number 2. If you chose number 25, Rebel, then you are my pile number 2, and we are asking what is the blue moon bringing in for you. So we'll pop her over here, and I will read from the guidebook to get some more information on this card, and this will be used as your check-in card. So an energy check to see where you are currently, and if it feels like it resonates, then this is the pile for you, and we can find out what the blue moon is bringing in for you. If it doesn't resonate and it doesn't feel like you at all, then potentially choose a different pile, or maybe a different reading, or potentially a different reader. So whatever feels right for you. Number 25, Rebel. She is in Aquarius to Aquarius, so potentially you are an Aquarius or have it somewhere in your chart. She's ruled by Uranus and Mercury, and the key phrase is arguing for a cause or eccentric behavior. The card meaning, Uranus and Mercury conjoined in Aquarius produces an aspect that cares very little for rules and tradition. This card reveals that traditional ideas and old-fashioned views that have outlived their usefulness must be revised and updated. It is essential for the sake of progress to find new ways of looking at things or new ways of working. If this card is drawn, there is potential for exceptionally bright thinking that produces sparks of genius. It indicates a powerful devotion to a cause. You are certain that your position is correct, no matter how out on a limb you seem to others. You must be prepared to act totally out of character to achieve your intended aims. Okay, really interesting. Pile number 2. So maybe you're in a situation right now where you have realized that remaining with the status quo is not going to work for you, and it is time for you to change things up. This could be in a relationship that you have been in for some time. It could be in order to find a relationship even. It could refer to potentially family struggles. Maybe you are feel like you're the ousted one, a bit of a scapegoat, and you need to lean away from the family line in order to bring about peace and harmony for yourself. It could be in the workplace that the way that things have always been done is clearly not working, and you are realizing that you need to step out of your comfort zone in order to bring about something new in this job situation. So it could refer to anything, but if you are very much feeling like you need to step outside of your comfort zone and do things differently to how they have been done previously, then this is definitely your pile group number 2, or pile number 2. So now we're going to ask the moon phases for a little bit more information about what's been happening and what the blue moon is bringing in for you. So obviously some big changes going on here, and if you have come from pile number 1, you'll know that that is very much about feeling stuck. So this could even follow on from that. If you've had some epiphanies in pile number 1, you could possibly have come here and realize that this is telling you that you do need to do something very differently from how it's been done before. Maybe you are feeling stuck in a situation and realizing that the only way, saying that the meaning of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. You may have started to come to that conclusion, beautiful pile number 2, and realize that it's not going to work for you to keep doing things the same way that they have always been done. And that too, there we go, first one on the floor for the reading. And to bring about a change for yourself, you're going to need to really go out on a limb. And this could be a cause that you feel like you are fighting for. There might be something that you really are passionately invested in, and you're wondering how to push that cause forward to make it more visible, to bring about positive outcomes for it, and you're realizing that you are not going to do it by staying quiet and staying small. Black moon in fire, dormant, recharge. Okay, so before stepping out on this limb, there is going to be a period of reflection where you do recharge. Maybe you've already been stepping out on a limb. Maybe you're way out on a limb already by yourself and feeling very burnt out from it and feeling like you have the need to recharge, that you need to bring your energy back into yourself. Maybe you have been fighting a good fight, making comments on social media about things that you see as wrong, talking to people to educate them, to try to show them that there are different ways to do things. Maybe you are feeling like you have really had to step out on a limb with a family member or in a relationship, and it is causing you to burn out. If that's the case, the blue moon is going to bring in opportunities for you to recharge that energy and refocus. And if you haven't done that yet, if you are feeling like you need to go out on a limb, or it hasn't occurred to you that you might have to go out on a limb and it's not something that you feel ready to do, there will be time for you to charge yourself up before you do that, to be in the best place possible that you can be in your own energy, your own headspace, your own physical body in order to take on such a challenge. Crescent waxing fire moon, shoots, impulse. Very, very interesting. So yeah, this feels like you know that you need to go out on a limb, but you're not ready to do it yet. And so you're going to spend some time building yourself up to where you need to be before you act on the impulse to go out on a limb and do something very, very differently than how it's been done before. But it feels like you definitely know that things have to change, in the very least, even if you're not sure how to bring that change about yet. It feels like you know that something really drastically needs to change, and that you probably already do know that you're the one who is going to have to do something different to bring that change about. Black moon, dormant air, revision. Yeah, so I feel like the blue moon is bringing you in an opportunity to be able to reflect on whatever it is that you know needs changing, and to spend some time focusing on how you are going to bring that change about. So even with the revision here, you might be doing things the same way as they've always been done because it's just the easiest thing to do. But you know that that plan needs revising. You know that the impulse that you're feeling to change things up is actually being divinely guided, and that you will need to do something, but you are not ready yet. And the blue moon is bringing in the opportunity for you to focus on yourself in this time, focus on what needs doing, what needs changing, revise the way that you are currently doing things at the moment in order to bring in something new into this situation or into your life and your energy. So now we're going to get some cards from the Moonology deck for some more information. Beautiful pile number 2 about what the blue moon is bringing in for you. So this is definitely a pile of change, something needing to change, something going to change, and you will be the catalyst for that change, pile number 2. So whatever the situation might be, I feel like when I think up situations, I always come up with the same ones over and over, but I think the things that we are most focused on in life do tend to be relationships, whether it's romantic or with family members, friends, jobs, living situations. Beautiful. Believe in the impossible. Blue moon. In a blue moon reading. So yeah, my beautiful pile number 2, you guys do have the power to bring about whatever this change is that does need to come in. Whatever it is that you are feeling like it's time for you to do something different. Believe in yourself that when you do this thing, it is actually going to bring about a really great outcome for you. When you act on that impulse to step out on that limb, something really magical is going to happen for it. You will be rewarded for the effort that you make in this situation. You're not going out on a limb for nothing. And it could be that you are trying to focus on a way to do things so that you won't lose anything. Like, obviously, if you change the way that you act in a relationship, you run the risk of losing that person who you've made the change with. Maybe you're hoping that you can change the dynamic of a relationship and still have a really wonderful outcome. And if that's the case, then believe in the impossible is definitely saying, yes, it is. Maybe you feel like you can't change long-held beliefs, or you can't change the systems within your workplace. It's time for you to trust in your instincts and your ability to step up and step out and know that you can bring positive change into this situation. Okay, I'll take you. Time to breathe out. Take time to breathe out, sorry. Disseminating moon. So that feels perfect here with the recharge card as well. This is something that needs acting on, but you can take a break before you do. You've got time with this blue moon energy to really sit back, recharge your batteries, revise your plan before acting on the impulse, because you will have an impulse to act, and that is very important, but you need to focus on taking some time to breathe out. So whatever this is, it's obviously, if you, it said it might be a very important cause. So there's obviously a lot of heightened energy around this situation. So the blue moon energy is bringing you in the opportunity to take some time out from it. You don't have to act on this straight away. This is something that you can allow to sit on the boiler for a little while so that you can decide what is the best course of action to take, and that is absolutely perfect. Full moon in Gemini, the answers you need are coming. So yeah, beautiful pile number 2. You do not need to act on this tomorrow. This is something that is definitely a situation that you want to change. You want to see change in this situation, but you don't need to act on it immediately. You should very much take this feeling of going out on a limb and know that at some point you definitely will. You are able to bring about the impossible by stepping out of your comfort zone, shaking things up, doing things differently. Maybe it's not even out of your comfort zone. Maybe it's out of everybody else's comfort zone, and you know that it's going to shake things up. But before you do that, the blue moon is going to bring in enough time for you to be able to focus on yourself and where you need to be at. And with this, the answers you need are coming card when you're revising your plan, when you are taking stock of where you're at and what is the best next move to make. You will also be guided divinely. It could be that you meet someone and they quite literally give you some answers, or just that you start to feel the answers are coming to you in this time that you're taking to relax, recharge, especially because we've got these 2 dormant moons here. But then we have all of that's a disseminating moon. We have the 2 full moons here. You are going to bring this situation that you want for yourself, these changes, into fruition. But the blue moon is bringing in the energy of allowing you the time to figure out how best to do it. So when you do step out on a limb, you feel really safe, sure, and comfortable that you are in the right position and you are making the right move. So it's not going to feel as scary when it comes time to actually make this decision, create this action. It's not going to feel as terrifying as maybe it does right now while you're sitting here thinking about what needs to be changed and what you might need to do in order to change it. Now we're going to ask the Moon Temple Oracle for some more information on what the blue moon is bringing in for you. Beautiful pile number 2. Love, blood full moon, another full moon. So this could be a romantic reading. This could be about a current relationship or wanting to bring a new relationship in. But this very much feels like, again, you are bringing in something really beautiful and positive for yourself. Once you take the time to breathe out, take a bit of a break, focus maybe on some other things for the time being. Chariot, waxing crescent. So you will be the driving force for this, and that's number 33, which is creativity, support, a sign of encouragement to use your talents, and that you are protected. Yeah, guys, you have some time to take a bit of a back seat for the time being and ride along in the chariot, knowing that this situation is going to be headed in the right direction when you decide to make the move to change the direction of where things are going. And that it is definitely going to bring some beautiful new energy into this situation. That what might feel impossible at the moment is definitely actually going to be possible in the not too distant future. You will get the answers you need. You will be provided with the guidance. And it could be instincts. It could be through your dreams. Like I said, it could quite literally be somebody new that comes onto the scene and gives you the answers. It could be that it just suddenly the problem seems to become really clear and you know what your next steps are and what you will be doing. So at some point you definitely will be driven to action and you will be able to work on the impulse to take this action to move this situation into a different direction. But you don't have to do it right this moment. You can take some time to breathe out, knowing that actually what feels impossible right at this point in time is going to become very possible very soon, and it is going to bring a beautiful new energy into whatever the situation is. So this could speak about bringing someone new into your life. It could speak about bringing in a new renewed energy into your relationship, or it could even be that if this is a workplace question, that people will absolutely love the new systems that you put forward as a suggestion or the new way of doing things. But you will be the driving force behind this change. And when you are ready to step out on this limb and make this change, when you've got the answers and you feel fully recharged, you've revised your plan, you've made sure that you know what it is that you're talking about going into this before you go speaking out about something different, something new, breaking old habits, doing things differently, you will feel very safe and comfortable within yourself to do so, because you will feel as though you have those answers, you have the strength, and you have the ability, and then you will be the driving force towards change in this situation. So we're going to get some cards from the Lumina Tarot, which I mentioned in the last pile. They feel very moon-like to me, with the very sort of dark, well, there's a whole bunch of white ones, but yeah, there's a lot of darkness in this deck. So I don't know if they have anything to do with the moon, but that's what they make me think of. And we are going to ask them for some more messages for what the blue moon, it is full, but what blue moon energy, what is the blue moon bringing in for pile number 2? That's what I'm trying to say. The devil. Yeah, something might be really keeping you feeling very, very stuck right now. And again, if pile number 1 resonates, then it might be worth going back and having a little look at that one. But something is keeping you feeling as though you are stuck in a situation tied to something that you don't want to be tied to anymore. And you are needing to take some time out for yourself to figure out how you're going to move this situation forward, how you're going to disentangle yourself from the thing that is no longer serving you. So I feel pile number 2 that you're very aware that something does need to change. You're not looking to ask, does something need to change? You are knowing that it does. I love this. The Queen of Pentacles. And you are, if you don't know instinctually yet, I feel that you will know very, very soon. You are able to summon this strength to be the queen of your castle, to reign over your palace, to hold your pentacle in your hand, know exactly where it is, have this beautiful bear sleeping in front of you. You are protected, you are wise, and you are very, very strong. And so you have the ability to change this situation and to step away from this devil energy and do things in your own way that are going to bring about some really awesome outcomes for you. That one really shot out. Judgment. Yeah. This moon is going to bring in the opportunity for you to weigh things up, to find balance, to restore balance, to release a situation and bring in new, better outcomes that are going to serve you and possibly even the people around you a lot better than what you have been experiencing before. 5 of Wands, which is very much in the tarot about struggles, fighting, can be infighting within a group, or it can also just be overthinking in your own head, a lot of worry and a lot of stress. But 5 also talks about transitions. So there is a situation that you do need to transition out of, pile number 2, and you definitely have the ability to bring that change about. But the blue moon is bringing in for you time to take for yourself to work out the best way to act. So that, as I said before, when you do act on the impulse to go out, be a rebel and do things differently, you feel safe within yourself to do it. It doesn't feel quite so much like you're leaving your comfort zone as it does that you are breaking into the next level to open up a whole heap of new opportunities, whether they relate solely to this situation or they're actually bigger than this situation. You will have the ability to go. The Chariot always makes me think of war in this deck as well, especially with his armor. So even if you have to go to war against something or someone, or it might not feel, I mean, that may not be the actual reality of the situation, but it may feel very much as though you do have to go to war against someone. If it is for a cause, to bring about more knowledge, to push your agenda, to make changes in something that feels very much like it is stuck in a rut, that you're chained to, you will feel very safe within yourself to do that. And you might even experience that this love card could also be that you find support for your cause, for whatever it is that you are wanting to change. You might be speaking to a workmate and realize that they can't stand the system as it currently is either, and that they would really like to see some change because they can see that it's not currently working. So you could be very supported in the real world and not just divinely, but definitely divinely with this bear over here, to get rid of this locked situation, again, with the way their horns are locked together, and it feels like it's a reflection of himself. Or it could be an opposing partner, but something feels very locked at the moment, and that is going to transform, and you are going to be at the helm of it. Beautiful pile number 2. So now we're going to grab a goddess card from the Moon Oracle deck to find out what energy you should act in order to bring this situation about to your highest order. And we have Hera, who is a red goddess, so that means she is a full moon goddess. So much like pile number 1, we have a few dormant cards, and we also have quite a few full moon cards here. So there is going to be a period of downtime for you to reflect before you go full throttle and bring something really wonderful into fruition. And that you do that by stepping out, taking a chance, coming out of your comfort zone to do something different that may not have been done before. And if I can find her, the lovely Hera, here we go. Red goddess, she is in Cancer. So again, you might be a Cancer. That could be in your chart. And Cancer is water. The key phrase is no need to rock the boat. Very funny, given that we have Rebel over here to begin with. This goddess represents maturity and dignity. She has a regard for her position and the power to maintain it, while keeping the respect of others. She indicates that although you may not necessarily approve of something, allowing it to run its course can sometimes be the best answer. The first of the red goddesses, Hera, represents the more mature, sustaining and preserving approach to life. The nature of water in Cancer is to care for and nurture those who are deemed family, no matter how wayward. This is the most motherly of all the signs. If this card is selected, then July will be a significant month with regard to the question. Okay, so really, quite literally the opposite of what this card is over here. But I can see that this makes sense because of the revision of the plans, the taking the time out, taking the time to breathe out, the answers you need are coming. It could really be that you want to change something, but you do not want to rock the boat. You do not want to step out on that limb. You know that you need to do things differently. Or it could also be that you're desperate to step out on a limb and you really want to do things differently. What the blue moon energy is bringing in for you, or what the blue moon is bringing in for you, is the ability and time to take some time out before you go rocking the boat, to focus on what you want to change, what you don't want to damage, how you'd like to see things go down. And then those answers are coming to you, beautiful pile number 2. So this is going to be a situation where you will be able to maintain the love, keep things in a good place, while still acting on the impulse to do things differently. And while this says about remaining in the status quo, I feel like that's what the energy is for the time being, to allow you to really focus on how you want this to go down, what part you'd like to play in it, where you see yourself standing when the chips fall, however they do, when you have completed your task of making a change. So pile number 2, I really hope that resonated. If it did, please hit the like button, share, subscribe, all those good things. Comment if you want to let me know what you thought of the reading. I really appreciate you allowing me to read for you today, and I will see you in another pile or in another reading. Hello there, my gorgeous pile number 3. If you chose number 3, the Palace, then this is your pile, and this is going to be used as an energy check-in card. So we're going to find the meaning of this card in the book, and if it relates to where you feel that you are currently, then this is the pile for you. So pile number 3, Palace, and it is the moon mansion from Aries to Taurus. So those signs could be, you could potentially be one of those signs, or you could have one of those signs in your chart, ruled by Jupiter and Venus. And the key phrase is generous indulgence and showing off. Interesting. The card meaning: the expansive planet Jupiter encourages the pleasure-loving Venus, resulting in an enormous love of the good things in life and enjoyment of hedonistic pleasures. This lunar mansion moves into the beginning of the central Earth sign of Taurus, at which point the planet Venus is pushed to extremes by the expansive planet Jupiter. If you select this card, there is a tendency to exaggeration and overindulgence, and the desire to show the world your pleasure is strong. This card also denotes unthinking extravagance, overgenerosity for effect, or a desire to impress. Okay, guys, so if this is you, it's probably going to be a little bit hard to admit that to yourself, potentially. People who are showing off generally, well, some people know that they are and they're happy doing it, and some people probably don't actually realize that that is the way that they are coming across. But maybe you are someone who really does enjoy your pleasures of life, a bit bougie, like spending your money, like throwing it around a little bit. Maybe that's something that you've become aware of in yourself and you are hoping to actually change it, and that's what you have been focusing on recently. Or maybe it's something that someone has actually brought to your attention and you could possibly agree with them, or you could possibly not, but it could be something that someone has said to you is how they feel that you are behaving, and maybe that's something that you would like to change, or maybe it's something that you couldn't care less about, but you just have not been aware of it. But if you are someone who, I'm assuming if you are not someone who shows off and is not prone to extravagance and does not really take pleasure in the hedonistic things in life, so partying, eating well, and I don't just mean eating well like eating healthy, I mean like eating at bougie restaurants, being a foodie. If none of those things resonate with you, well, then you have probably well and truly left by now. And if they haven't, but you're wondering or questioning whether that could be you, maybe stick around and we will see what the rest of the cards say. But if you definitely feel that you know you're bougie, you love your expensive handbags, for example, or designer clothes, you're out there looks maxing. Look at me with my trendy terminology. I just learned that like 3 weeks ago, I think. But yeah, you're someone who is primping and preening themselves, and who takes great enjoyment in doing all of these things, and you know full well that that is you and you are still here. Then let's go to the moon phases cards of the Moon Oracle deck to get a little bit more information on your current situation and what the blue moon is bringing in for you. And it could be that the blue moon is going to bring in a time of reflection for you to change this behavior, or it could be that the blue moon is actually bringing in more opportunities to engage in this behavior. Let's get some cards and we shall see. So the full moon, air, flower, solution, interesting. That was in pile number 1, but these ones don't feel very linked in any way. And first quarter, waxing earth in moon, leaves, stability. Yeah, so pile number 3, I don't feel like this is a bad thing, this palace card. I don't feel like there was nothing in there that said that you need to be reining this in. Possibly you do. We haven't pulled an economy card to say that you need to be watching your finances or where they're headed. I feel that maybe even if you are worried about how much you do like showing off your wealth, you're wondering if it's going to be maintainable. We've got stability here. So I feel, let's see what else we've got. Impulse, crescent, waxing fire moon, shoots, and full moon, earth, flower, achievement. No, guys, I feel like what is coming in for you is the ability to do even more showing off, to be quite honest, and that things are actually going really well and are going to continue going really well, and that you will have achievements, you will actually have things to show off about, and the impulse to show off is quite allowable at this point in time because you have achieved a lot and you will be achieving more, and you have stability within yourself. So whatever it is that you are spending, whatever it is that you are doing, unless of course you're doing something really ridiculous that is also self-harming at the same time, like indulging in hedonistic pleasures can also refer to things such as having too much sex, possibly taking drugs, overindulging in alcohol, even overeating. So it could be that these things are not ideal, but I'm not getting that energy from this. I am very much feeling that you are someone who has worked really hard to get to where you're at, and you don't mind showing off how well you are doing. Like, I don't take this as a negative sense whatsoever. I take it that you have really created a stable foundation for yourself to be able to just go out there and really enjoy life. And maybe if you have been questioning whether or not you should be doing that, or whether you need to rein it in, or someone has said something to you because maybe they're a bit jealous and they don't like the way that you are living your life, This very much feels like acknowledgement that you are doing really well and you have every right to enjoy yourself to the maximum. And the full moon is going to allow you, sorry, the blue moon is going to allow you to continue doing that, to give you the knowledge and the confidence in yourself to know that you are actually really on the right track and more good things are coming in for you. You are going to continue to achieve. You are going to continue to bring about good things for yourself, and you will be able to continue acting on the impulses that you currently wish to act on. So wherever you're choosing to eat, whatever you're choosing to do, whatever clothes you are choosing to purchase and wear, this impulse to show off how well you are doing is not going to be quenched. It is going to be something that you will feel comfortable in yourself to allow yourself to do. And maybe, like I said, you don't even know that you're a show off. Maybe you don't feel like you're showing off. Maybe you just like to show what you have. So you don't dress down when you head out. You dress in your full designer gear. You don't hide the beautiful handbag that you've got because you don't want other people to question how much money you have or how well you're doing because you have a ridiculously expensive handbag. Maybe you have been feeling like you need to make yourself small in order to be able to be approachable to others. And the full moon is going to, sorry, the blue moon. I keep saying the full moon, which it is, but it's the blue moon. The blue moon is going to give you a rare opportunity to see that what you're doing is in no way wrong, and anyone that you are pissing off or upsetting is not your problem to think about, because you have really earned this position that you are in. You are really in a place that you have established yourself and you have a lot to show for it. And the blue moon energy is going to bring in the impulse to do more of that, to just lean into it, to enjoy yourself and to be able to take a step back and see what you have created, and to not feel shy about showing others what you have created and all of the good things that have come from it. So now we're going to ask the Moonology deck for a bit more information about what the blue moon is bringing in for my beautiful pile number 3. But yeah, if you don't know that you're showing off, maybe you are, but you absolutely have the right to, because you have worked really hard for everything you have, and you have created a really wonderful foundation for yourself to continue to achieve even more things, bring in more abundance and prosperity. Okay, I'm going to take you. Oh, that's 2. And taking you as well. So what do we have here? Perfect. Couldn't be more fitting. Confidence is your key to success. New moon in Leo, which, sorry to all the Leos out there, but often you guys get painted as the star sign that loves to show off. So that's really funny that this has come out. When in actual fact, it's not necessarily so much that Leos show off. It's just that they typically have a lot of confidence in themselves and are not afraid to show it. So you are definitely going to be given the green light to continue to show yourself to the world, to be comfortable in your own skin and in your gregarious, outgoing, over-exaggerating nature, and that this is something that you will feel very called to do, because you are going to be creating more achievements for yourself, and you are going to be bringing in even more wonderful things for yourself. So being confident in yourself, being confident in what you do, what you say, what you wear, how you carry yourself, how you spend your money, that is what is going to come in with the blue moon for you, my beautiful pile number 2. And don't let your past hold you back, South Node. So it could even be that you come from a place of not a lot, some sort of lack. You could have grown up in a home that was a struggle financially. It could feel as though you are actually being a show-off by allowing yourself to show what you do have and not try to hide it away from the world. The blue moon is going to bring you the ability to release that feeling back to the universe and balance spirituality and practicality. Full moon in Pisces. Yeah, so I feel that you, if you have been very caught up in things up until this point, and your focus has been very much on working towards what you want in the material world, which is very much here with the Earth Moon's instability and achievement, I feel that the blue moon is going to give you the space to see what else it is that you stand for. So it may feel that you have a shallow existence, Maybe you have been wanting to learn more about spirituality. Maybe you've been wanting to connect more with the divine, be a bit less in the 3D. I feel that what the blue moon is bringing in is the opportunity to be exactly who you are, do exactly what you want, show exactly what you're about, while also feeling like you can step into the spiritual side of things as well. So I feel that the new moon is bringing in balance for you, pile number 3. Maybe you are extremely driven, very work focused, very finance orientated, and that is starting to make you question whether you need to do things differently. Again, maybe someone has said something to you, like you're all about things, you're very materialistic. It could be that you're here because someone has said something negative and that has thrown your self-confidence. The blue moon is going to bring you the opportunity to balance out both sides of yourself, knowing that you aren't shallow, that you aren't dismissive of bigger things. You're not just solely focused on money, but that you are absolutely going to keep achieving your goals, and you should be allowing yourself to freely show what it is that you are bringing in for yourself, because you have every right to be extremely proud of what you have created and to allow you to be really confident in who you are, but also feeling very, very balanced in the way that you are living your life, however it is that you are choosing to, and knowing that any extravagance in your nature is absolutely who you are, and that is absolutely okay for that to be who you will be. So pile number 3, I feel like this is all about you just absolutely owning it. Whatever it is you're doing or feel like doing at this point in time, I feel like the blue moon is going to bring you in the confidence to really own that and to just be free to be whoever you want to be. So now we're going to get a couple more cards from the Moon Temple Oracle to see if we can get some more information about what the blue moon is bringing in for my beautiful pile number 3. Illumination, absolutely beautiful. Sun and moon. Yeah, so I feel like you are going to experience not just a real world glow up, but very much a spiritual glow up. It might be that you are suddenly able to find a balance between focusing on the financial and also and what you show to the outside world, in that you can absolutely continue to show the outside world how successful you are, how much you enjoy life, and how much you are able to spend in the real world doing what you want to do, whether that's time and or money. But also that you will start to look within as well and start to find that balance between spirituality and practicality. So finding that could be that you could even decide that you want to start donating to a charity, that you might want to take some of what it is that you have and show to the world and channel it in a different direction. So as I said, towards a charity, or making donations towards something that is really important to you. Or it could be that you want to start spending some more of your time focused inward and worrying a little bit less about what you're out doing in the 3D world and focusing on what it is that you want to bring in for yourself spiritually. So with the illumination, I feel that what is coming in is the gift of balance and possibly new insights into how you want to live your life, what you want to do with yourself, how you want to spend whatever wealth and prosperity you have brought in. And Chariot, that's interesting, that came out in another reading, number 33. So I feel like you will feel comfortable making decisions about the way that you not only want to live your life, but the way that you present to other people. And what the new moon is bringing in is a new awareness of who you are as a person, what you stand for, what it is that you care about, what you are focused on, but that is not going to in any way diminish the confidence that you currently have in yourself or the way that you choose to live your life, and that you will continue to seek enjoyment in all sorts of different things, and you will absolutely feel confident in yourself to continue doing that. You will know that you can have a very real, very prosperous life here in the 3D, out in the real world, where we need to work, we need to achieve, we need to earn. But you will also find time to be able to focus on spiritual aspects of your life and things that bring you joy on a different level and that are more private and for you. So not shying away from the limelight. It feels that you absolutely are being given a green light to go and stand fully out in the limelight and 100% be yourself and show yourself. But you are going to, if you've been experiencing any sort of battle within where you're struggling between which wolf to feed, the dark wolf or the light wolf, what battles that you may be having within yourself about how you are currently living. Maybe you feel like you don't give enough, or you should be doing more, or maybe you should be pulling back because you could be offending other people because you are doing so well for yourself and you are happy to show that. I feel that the blue moon is bringing in illumination to allow you to be confident in exactly who you are and exactly what you're doing without worrying about what anybody else thinks about where you are at, and that you will find your own balance of spirituality in the coming months, in the coming times, that you will be able to focus inward as well as finding the confidence to just completely be yourself outwardly. So now we're going to ask the Lumina Tarot for some more information for you, my beautiful pile number 3, asking what is the blue moon bringing in for you. Yeah, so I hope that you're getting the message, pile number 3, that even if you are a show-off, you absolutely are allowed to be. The blue moon wants you to know that that is what is meant for you. You've worked hard for this, and you enjoying your life in the 3D does not in any way diminish the spiritual aspects of who you are. 2 of Cups, beautiful. So that can speak to forming partnerships and new love coming in. I very much feel that this is saying that there are people out there in the world who absolutely love you exactly as you are and do not want you to change at all. And that's going to be evident with this blue moon. That energy is going to start making itself more visible to you. And the 2 of Wands, beautiful. That often represents having 2 choices, making a decision. So yeah, I feel like you possibly, if you are still here with me, have stuck around because you maybe have been told that you're a show-off and that feels like a negative thing. Or maybe you have been questioning whether you need to make yourself smaller, dim your shine, do things differently. You've got 2 choices to make, and the blue moon is going to allow you to make that choice without losing anything. So with that balance of spirituality and practicality, knowing that actually you have got your shit in order and you are allowed to enjoy what you have achieved for yourself in this lifetime so far. 3 of Cups, beautiful, celebrating with friends. Yeah, guys, I feel like the blue moon is just going to bring in some really beautiful, fun times for you, and that you are going to be able to continue enjoying yourself without fear that you are somehow doing the wrong thing by the universe, that it doesn't diminish your spiritual path in any way, for you to just really get out there and enjoy yourself and live your life in whatever footloose and fancy-free way you wish to. And the 4 of Wands, beautiful, which is another celebration card. And it also speaks to not stopping yet. Take some time out to celebrate your achievements and the outcomes, but know that there is still more work to be done ahead of you, which I'm definitely feeling here with the achievement card, that you are going to go on to achieve even more than what you already have. But this is definitely a time of celebration for you, pile number 3. The blue moon is bringing in beautiful, carefree, wonderful energy of you actually just celebrating, you going out on a, not going out on a limb, sorry, I said that so many times in pile number 2, but you going out and just enjoying yourself, knowing that you are illuminated, knowing that you are working really hard to make sure that you are doing the right things. And if you are throwing your money around, that you are absolutely in a position to be able to do it because you are stable. You know where you're at. You've got solutions to whatever may come up. You are focused on bringing in even more abundance and prosperity for yourself. And so whatever you are spending, whatever hedonistic pleasures you may be taking part in, like I said, as long as it's not dangerous and does not then become the basis of self-harm, if you're just out there living your life, loving your life, enjoying your life, the blue moon is going to bring in a sense of divine permission for you to do that and allow you to just really enjoy yourself, knowing that you do have really strong partnerships with people, you have got friends to celebrate with, and you are building something for your future that is going to be really beautiful and solid. And now I'm going to go back to the Moon Oracle cards to get a goddess card to ask for a final message. And I feel like even these readings keep getting shorter and shorter as the piles go on. I can't see how long I've been going for. But this one has really been all good news as well, so there's not a lot to deliberate on. But yeah, going to the goddess card to give you a final message of what energy you need to be acting in order to bring this outcome about for yourself. Or not have to be acting in, but what would be helpful for you at this time. Perfect. The hedonistic goddess, Venus. Absolutely beautiful, guys. Perfect ending to this reading. She is definitely known as the goddess of love and pleasure. And I'll grab the guidebook for her meaning. But Venus is all the good things. Key phrase, a little of what you fancy does you good. Absolutely perfect. Guys, really, really perfect. Whatever you are doing at this point in time, it is fine. You can keep on engaging in it. You are allowed to show off whatever spoils you have brought into your life with all of your hard work and smart decisions, because you are someone who has worked for this. You have brought these outcomes about for yourself, and the blue moon is going to bring you in not only more opportunities to engage in the wonderful things in life, all the bougie things, but also the confidence to know that you certainly can. You have earned this, and you do not need to shy away from enjoying yourself now that you have worked so hard and you have started bringing in, or maybe not just started, just depends, but now that you are bringing in all of these wonderful things for yourself. So this goddess represents love in all its forms, from pure or ideal love to lustful desire. She denotes a love of pleasure and the good things of life, and a blatant use of personal charm or seduction in order to obtain them. So maybe you're quite flirty in your personality and it gets you into or through closed doors. Perfectly acceptable. This aspect of your personality that this card speaks about in terms of showing off. If that is who you are as a person, be confident in it, because that is exactly what Venus is asking you to do. So you are very much your beautiful, gregarious, extravagant nature is loved, and it is who you are, and you are absolutely right in showing it to the world, even if it feels like a battle sometimes with yourself, or maybe even with others who might be jealous. You will start to feel illuminated to just be exactly who you are without abandon. She warns that you will have to pay the appropriate price for self-indulgence, but if you are prepared for that, then so be it. And again, as I said, as long as you're not doing anything to harm yourself, you absolutely can go out and have a good time. And I feel that you definitely know that there can be ramifications for that, and you are not being silly or careless with it. Generally, Venus is a beneficent, yeah, I think so, goddess who suggests a good or fruitful outcome to the question. As a white goddess, she brings a strong, youthful, and creative approach to the situation. The nature of Earth in Taurus is above all sensual and comfort-loving, with a tendency to act slowly and surely in familiar ways. If this goddess card is selected, then May will be a significant month with regard to the question. So we will be just leaving May as this reading goes live. It's going live on the 30th. Potentially something may have happened this month that makes you feel very connected to this reading, and as though it resonates, possibly might have received a promotion or news of more abundance coming in some way, shape or form. But it is a timeless reading, so it could refer to May of another year as well. Or it could actually just refer to next May. But I definitely see that this blue moon is bringing in more achievements, more solutions, more stability, more ability to act on your impulses and whatever you feel is making you feel good right now. And that might even be investing time and energy into the spiritual for yourself. But if you feel that you have been battling and that you don't want to show yourself, you're scared that you are going to come across as extreme or extravagant or a show off, this blue moon is going to bring you the confidence to really just enjoy whatever it is that you have built. And if you are resonating with this, absolutely well done to you, pile 3. It seems like you have really built yourself solid abundance, and you absolutely deserve the ability to go out and enjoy that to its fullest. So thank you so much for letting me read for you. If it resonated, please hit the like button, share, subscribe, all the things. I really appreciate having the opportunity to read for you, and I might see you in another pile, or I might see you in another reading. Hello there, my gorgeous pile number 4. If you chose number 10, Fountain, then you are my pile number 4, and we are going to use this card here to represent your current situation. Sorry, I just went completely mind blank there. Yes, to represent your current situation and where you are at the moment. So if that doesn't sound like you, I'm going to read from the guidebook, and if it doesn't sound like you, then this is not your pile. So you could potentially choose another one or another reading or another reader, whatever suits. But if this does sound like you and where you are at currently, then this is your pile, and then we will continue with the cards to ask what the blue moon is bringing in for you. So that felt like such a mouthful to get through pile number 4. Okay, Fountain, Mansion 10. From Cancer to Leo, so potentially you may be a Cancer or a Leo or have them somewhere in your signs, in your chart, I mean. Ruled by Neptune and the Sun. Key phrases, sharing your gifts. And the card meaning, the Sun symbolizes dynamic creativity, while the planet Neptune denotes the expansion of the imagination and allows the visionary ability to achieve great heights. This Mansion card signifies recognition of your own creativity by yourself and others, and indicates a sudden surging in the powers of your imagination. Really, really nice. If you draw this card, you must accept responsibility for your own talents and use them for the good of yourself and others. This card urges you to believe in your own many and varied abilities and their worth to other people. Really interesting, guys. So already right off the bat, this reminds me a little bit of pile number 3, potentially pile number 1. If either one of those resonates with you, I recommend going back and having a little look. If it doesn't, disregard that advice. But I can see a bit of a link there. But you may just be starting to find your footing and your confidence in your skills and abilities. Maybe prior to this, you have not been so sure of yourself and have been wondering whether you're doing any good or whether you're valued or what your worth is. And I feel that you have lately, with this fountain overflowing, started to actually possibly receive compliments about what a great job you're doing or how special you are to people or what your meaning is to other people. And maybe you are starting to see for yourself how much you are valued and how much you are actually worth. So if that feels like you, if that feels like where you're at, then this is your pile. Stick around and we shall get some cards from the Moon Phases cards of the Moon Oracle deck to ask what else we need to know about your current situation and what the blue moon is bringing in for you at this time. Full moon, air, flower, solution. Okay, well, the very interesting thing is that solution has come up in at least 3 of the 4 piles. I'm pretty sure it came up in number 1 and again in number 3. So again, don't want to push you or twist your arm if you're not feeling it. Don't worry about it. But if you are feeling that you resonate with them, there definitely could be messages for you in those piles. But you might have even just found the solution to your own woes, to your own feelings of self-doubt and negativity. Crescent, waxing, air, moon, shoots, idea. That's really interesting with this card saying that you are full of creativity and good ideas. So yeah, you might be really leaning into feeling good about yourself and where you're at right now, pile number 4. And what is coming in for you is more of that same energy. One more, please, Spirit. What is the blue moon bringing in for my pile number 4? Crescent, waxing, fire, moon, shoots, impulse. That was also in... Oh, was that in 1 and 3? I know it was definitely in 3. But impulse, yeah. So you might be feeling really impulsive at the moment, but in a really good way, pile number 4. And as though you are full of good ideas and ready to take the reins of something, ready to start something new. It might be a new hobby. It might be a new business. It could be a new project. It could be a new job or a new role within the place that you already work. But if you're not already feeling really good about yourself currently, this is definitely the blue moon bringing this energy in for you, that you will start to see what your value is, how much you're worth, and give you the courage to actually work on your impulses, to allow those creative ideas out into the world and to really show yourself and what you're worth and what you're able to do. So I feel like the blue moon is going to bring in opportunities for you to do that, and it's also going to bring in the confidence for you to do that for yourself, pile number 4. And now I'm going to pull some cards from the Moonology deck for some more information about what the blue moon is bringing in for you. But yeah, you are finding solutions to your problems. You are having new ideas. You are feeling the impulse to go and test out those ideas and to seek solutions, or to implement, I should say rather, solutions to any problems that you might be experiencing around you. But right now you are at your absolute lovable best, and it is being recognized by people outside of yourself. And so possibly you have really felt your self-worth go up lately, or someone has come along and really affirmed your self-worth, or it could be that it is still very much coming, but you are starting to lean in the direction of breaking away from old patterns and old fears and old self-limiting thoughts, and you are starting to believe in yourself and your abilities. Interesting. New moon in Libra, a new romantic cycle begins. So that could quite literally mean that somebody is coming in now. Maybe someone has noticed how fantastic you are and they have become interested in you, and that is what's coming in. Or it could even be a new romantic cycle of self-love. So you're really starting to feel like you are really worth something. You are of value to others. Your ideas and creations are worthwhile, and you want to start showing them off to the world, and you are really enjoying just being yourself at this point in time and loving what you do and what you bring to the table. Beautiful, pile number 4. I just need a couple more cards, please, Spirit, to see what the blue moon is bringing in for my pile number 3. Sorry, pile number 4, and I keep going to call you pile number 3 as well. So I don't know, just saying, maybe go back and check out pile number 3. That's too many. Okay, maybe we're going to have to split the deck. I also get the feeling that you're quite modest, pile number 4, because no cards are flying out, even though we've got all of this wonderful self-love and confidence abounding here. So I feel like you are starting to be able to see your worth if you haven't been able to already, but you're not someone who is going to show off too much about it. The end of a tough cycle approaches. Full moon in Capricorn. Very interesting. So yeah, I feel like this confidence is very newfound, and you may not have even necessarily agreed with the original take on the card, but decided to stay anyway, just to see what this reading was going to say to you. Maybe this is what is actually coming in. Meditate and contemplate. New moon in Pisces. Yeah, guys, I feel like you are starting to realize your self-worth, and maybe it's not the first time you've ever been complimented on who you are as a person or what you bring to the table, but it's the first time that it's really resonated with you and made you take a step back from any self-doubt that you might have and really listen to your intuition and start to reframe the way that you think about yourself, start to see yourself with new eyes and with more self-love and a lot more kindness, and that has boosted your self-worth. And maybe you have spent a lot of time actually meditating and contemplating on this. Maybe this is something that you have been working really hard on for a really long time, and when that compliment has come, you have been ready to accept it and look at yourself through fresh new eyes. And maybe this has been a really difficult thing for you to do, and you have been working on it for a good length of time, and it is starting to actually consolidate now. If you've listened to any of my previous readings or have been watching since the new moon in Taurus reading, it could be that you have spent this month doing a lot of self-work, and it is really coming into fruition with this blue moon, because this blue moon is a really powerful, deep release of anything negative that has been holding us back, and any self-limiting thoughts, any self-doubt. It is very much the time under the blue moon to do a release ritual if you feel called to, and release anything negative. And I feel like what's coming in with this blue moon is the opportunity for you to really see yourself through the eyes of others and see that your ideas are really, really valid, and your impulse to show yourself and to be exactly who you are and to offer up ideas, offer up solutions, is going to grow stronger and stronger as you keep finding more and more faith in yourself. So now we're going to read from the Moon Temple Oracle so that we can see some more information on what the blue moon is going to bring in for you. This feels like a really lovely time, pile number 4. This is going to be a time of self-confidence, of knowing your worth. When you do spend time meditating and contemplating, I feel that you are going to be able to get messages that you are worthy, you are strong, you are tough, you have survived this tough cycle and you have come out on the other side. Right as I'm saying it, number 4, strength, absolutely perfect. First quarter moon, that you are strong, that you are badass, that you are someone who is full of amazing things, and it's time to start showing those things to the world. And I also think that you will be meditating and contemplating and coming up with new ideas and new ways of doing things and creative insights into solving problems. Prowess, full moon, absolutely perfect. Number 11, yes, that you have the prowess to achieve what it is that you want to achieve and that you hold great value to the people in your world. And head to head, this was also in pile number 1, full moon. And that you can take things on head to head, that you are no longer going to shy away from situations that maybe used to scare you, things that used to limit you before. I feel that you are able to take the world on head to head at this time. That's what the blue moon is going to bring in for you, pile number 4. The feeling of strength, the feeling of power and prowess, and feeling like you can tackle things head to head and not shy away from knowing your own worth, knowing what you bring to the table. So now we're going to ask the Lumina Tarot for some more messages of what the full moon is bringing in for you. 5 of Wands, yeah. So I feel that you have maybe struggled with self-doubt in the past, pile number 4. I don't think that you have come into this world with all of the confidence and all of the self-belief. I feel like you have, as I said before, spent a lot of time meditating and contemplating, releasing things, trying to build up your self-esteem and self-worth. And maybe that has been a real struggle and you feel that you have been locked in a battle with yourself to try to be able to see yourself the way that the world sees you. And maybe, as I said, you've received a compliment that actually opened your eyes up to how the world sees you, or maybe it just resonated really deeply with you. But I feel that you're moving out of this personal struggle, and the blue moon is bringing in a release from that and a new wave of confidence. And we have strength, double. This time it's number 8. And so looking at 4 and 8, stability. 4 is stability, hard work, discipline, and structure. And 8 is empowerment, success, finance, and authority. Yeah, pile number 4, I feel that you are just going to go from strength to strength in the energy of this blue moon, and that it is going to bring in a lot of self-empowerment, a lot of trust in yourself and your abilities, and that you are going to be able to see yourself the way that the world sees you, as strong, intelligent, wise, creative. 3 of Pentacles, beautiful. That very much talks about being an apprentice and working with other people and showing off your craftsmanship, showing off your level of ability, building something new. So that's the very beginning stages of creating something. And I feel that that is what you're starting to do now. And maybe you have even, like I said, started a new project, launched a new business, started a new job or a new role, maybe taken a career path change, but you are building something really beautiful. And the blue moon is going to bring an energy of allowing you to really see that and enjoy that and maximize that. Just one more, please, Spirit. Okay, I choose you. Gorgeous, Maiden of Pentacles, with her little baby bear there with the little pentacle on his head. So yeah, I feel that you have a really new, fresh, exciting approach to whatever it is that you're working on, be it business related or something that is a bit more of a hobby, just a project that you're engaging in. But I feel that you are ready to learn ready to start contemplating new ideas, ready to release something new into the world that is going to be really well received, and that you are viewed upon very, very favorably by the people that you spend your time with, and that you are building something really beautiful for your future that you are really going to benefit from and that others are going to benefit from. And then the blue moon is bringing you in the confidence to be able to do that wholeheartedly, show yourself, be yourself, and whatever struggles that you have had with self-doubt, with fear, with a lack of confidence, they are going to be absolved in this energy of the blue moon. And this new romantic cycle beginning, I very much feel like that speaks to a new and profound self-love, a real rise in your self-esteem and your self-worth, and knowing that you have what it takes to be able to go head to head with any battles that come your way, that you actually possess a huge amount of strength, and that you are really creative, really exceptional, really able to think outside the box, and you are ready for whatever challenges are going to come your way. But at the moment, you are also building something really beautiful for the future. You're a student and you are really ready and willing to learn, and that life is going to give you some really beautiful life lessons to back this feeling up. So now we're going to finish this reading by asking the Moon Oracle Goddess cards, what goddess energy should you be reflecting or acting in order to bring about this outcome for yourself? If you like shorter readings, pile 4 is the way to go, because I always end up being a lot shorter on pile 4 than I am on the others, and I'm not really sure why, because I pull the same amount of cards and give the same amount of information. Maybe it's just your message comes through clearer number 4. I'm not too sure. But let's ask, what goddess energy should pile number 4 be channeling to bring about this wonderful outcome for themselves? Here we go. Isis, red goddess, so another full moon. And we have so many full moons in this reading as well. We've got 3 here. We have the full moon over here. We've got a full moon behind the fountain, another full moon in Capricorn, and then a full moon goddess as well. So guys, number 4, you are really bringing in a lot of beautiful things into fruition, and the blue moon is going to really enhance, accelerate, expose all of the good that you have to feel really happy about, and you are able to just really step into your own authentic energy, be yourself, and know that you are bringing beautiful things into the world just by shining your light into it. Perfect. Isis is Leo. As I mentioned in pile number 3, Leos often get a bit of a rap of being the show-offs of the zodiac, but it's just because most Leos are filled with confidence and very comfortable with themselves, and they love to be gregarious, they love to be outgoing, they love to walk on the wild side a little bit with things like fashion or opinions or things that they like. So I feel that this is very much a card that's all about being confident in your own self. She is a red goddess, Leo, which is fire. The key phrase, honesty and integrity get the rewards they deserve, which is perfect because I feel that you are a person of great honesty and integrity. Pile number 4, I feel that you are very forthright, you are very honest, you are very true to yourself, but I also feel that you have been way too hard on yourself in the past and had struggles with self-doubt and not believing in yourself. And what this blue moon is bringing in for you is a change in that, so that you are able to see yourself with the beautiful eyes that the world sees you through. So this goddess Isis could handle both the traditional male and female roles equally well. She was proud and protective of all that she held dear and would go to the ends of the earth for their well-being. She is an example of faithfulness and power, modesty and sensitivity. And I did say earlier, I feel that you are a modest pile, that maybe you keep yourself to yourself and don't go shouting from the rooftops about how good you are. If this goddess is chosen, quiet, unobtrusive honesty and determination will be necessary in order to bring about the desired result. Isis is a red goddess and represents the dignity and authority of a ruler. She urges you to take responsibility and lead the way to the solution of the matter in question. The nature of fire in Leo takes command and dispenses justice with fairness. If the Isis goddess card is selected, then August will be a significant month in regard to the question. So beautiful pile number 4. I feel that you leaning into exactly who you are already is what is needed to continue bringing these really wonderful things in. I feel that the energy here is that you are absolutely on the right track, and to continue believing in yourself, to continue putting forward your ideas and finding solutions, to continue being creative and thinking outside the box, but that you are very much already on this track of being very well balanced. And also this could be asking you to step more into your authority as well. Maybe you have held back before because although you know that you have good ideas, you don't necessarily feel like you should be offering them up. Maybe you haven't felt brave enough yet. I feel that the blue moon is going to bring in this energy for you where you will start to feel brave. You will feel very balanced, and you will feel as though you are able to speak up and take the lead. And again, because she's Leo, that's 8, that's the lion, it's strength. I feel that this is a time for you to strongly believe in who you are as a person, what you're putting out there, and what you are capable of. So pile number 4, thank you so much for letting me read for you. If you liked or if the reading resonated, please hit the like button, share, subscribe, comment, all those good things. It has been really great. Maybe go back and check out one of the other piles as I mentioned. And if not, I will see you in another reading on another day. Bye.